Adam, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
It's good. I'm happy to have you on the show.
It's been a while. I remember I've known you since before the show, and
Yes.
I remember when you started the show. And
Yes. And what did you think when I said, I'm going to start this show with a red booth? You were like, she's crazy.
No, I thought it was a good idea for you. Like, you're so good at talking to people and interviewing, and so I thought it would be a good fit for you. Yeah.
Wow. How did you know that? Because I really don't think I had been interviewing people. But you know what? I was a big talker, I guess.
You were just personable. I knew that you would be really good at, like, just talking to people and getting there, you know, talking to people.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I did used to talk to you about your movie projects.
I know.
And that's what's crazy is I remember reading your scripts, like, what, 2006? 2000?
This was so long ago.
Something like that. Yeah. It's crazy because I remember I read a couple of them. One of them was When the Starlight Ends, which I thought was really good. And I've been badgering you probably for years. I'll be like, when are you going to make that one?
I finally made it.
I know, and you made it.
In 15.
That's when you made it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, because it
amazing.
takes a little time to get it, like, done and, like,
Yeah.
finished.
No, totally. It
and-
just was released at the beginning of this year, so yeah. It's crazy.
See what I mean, guys? It takes years to make these movies.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
no
lot.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a great story, and I think you come from a background of writing books.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote a novel when I was like 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I kind of wanted to, I moved to LA, had an opportunity to write a script, and was like, this is so much easier than writing novels. I'm just going to do this. And I stuck with it.
That's funny because some people don't think that about scripts. They think it's harder to write scripts.
Just the sheer volume of writing, it's so much less words.
But don't you feel like you have to hold back on descriptions? Because I feel like you have a lot of descriptions for a script. Like screenwriters are writing, all of this elaborate information that you don't get to put in there.
I don't know. For me, it's just a volume thing. It's like writing a novel. I'm sitting there and it's like just endless. And then a script, like I finish it in a week. Like I can usually...
What?
Like When the Starlight Ends is a super layered, crazy script. I wrote it in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. The outlining takes forever, but then the actual script is like super fast.
Okay, so the outlining is like when you create like here's a scene card or whatever. Like how do you?
I don't do all that crazy stuff.
You don't
I do
it?
these really crazy like stream of consciousness, like block text Word documents of where it's gonna go, and then it kind of like gives me the sort of like roadmap to actually write it. My outlining technique, I have a lot of filmmaker friends. They do the crazy like boards and post-its, and like I go to their houses and there's just all this crazy I don't even know what it is. Mine's different. I make notes. I send emails to myself and I do these like blocks of incomprehensible text that I understand, and it kind of just creates sort of a roadmap for me to connect the dots. And I was telling you, screenwriting for me is so much easier than writing a novel. There's just so much more actually, and also for some weird reason, this is gonna sound so bad, I'm writing a novel now along with like 10 different scripts. I'm so much more of a perfectionist when it's a novel because I'm a director, so I know that it's going to change when it goes to the screen, and so I'm not as worried that a line is like not quite right. Whereas like with a novel, it's like no turning back. Like once it's there,
set in stone.
it's on the page. So,
It's true because a lot of times you have a script, and then when you go to actually make the movie, it's not always following the script exactly.
It's nothing like it. I mean, if I've learned anything as a filmmaker, it's that there's like the age-old saying of like you make 3 movies. You make the script, and then the movie you shoot, and then the movie you edit, and they're usually vastly different.
Right, because then again you have to go into the post-production phase and decide what you're gonna keep and
and like it just, your actors are gonna change so much, and lines are gonna sound like to you. Like the last movie I just shot with Tom Berenger was one of my leads, and I had no idea what to expect working with him, but what he was like was he wanted to change a lot of lines, which was cool. Like he was like writing them. Like he handed me my script with like all these rewritten lines, and I was like, okay. And
some people get so mad about that, but it totally depends on the person, right? On the director.
Well, it also depends who it's coming from too. This is Tom Berenger. He's been in like 50 movies.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
And you even had a pretty famous guy in When the Starlight Ends too.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam Heughan, yeah, he's the lead on Outlander. He was more like worshipful of my script. So he was like,
because it was a really good script.
I don't know. And he would change a line and be like, man, is that all right, mate? Can I change that line? I was like, I don't care, dude. Just say it so it sounds natural, you know?
Yeah. And by the way, did you guys shoot that scene in Bootsy Bellows? Is that the little bar?
No. Oh God, where was that bar? It was called the Melrose Umbrella Company.
Oh,
and
nice.
So we knew the owner. There's an amazing story about that guy. So that movie was a disaster, like making it. The movie turned out fine, but just it was a nightmare.
Wasn't it your first like movie?
It was my first real budget.
Yeah, it was like your first big directing.
And it was financed by Dr. Oz and his brother-in-law. Yeah, and they were like very like wanted to change everything but anyway. But so the owner, basically my first AD comes to me one day and she's like, so we have a bar, we can shoot there for free, but you have to put the bar owner in the movie. And I get this all the time and I'm like, okay. And she's like, how about this role where literally this is the role. The guy walks up and he goes, congratulations, this is a big deal. And he shakes Sam's hand.
Yeah.
Right? So this is day 2 when we shoot this scene. I'd met the guy, he was super cool. I met him like a week before shooting. He's like, yeah, I can't wait to come out to my bar, it's gonna be great. This is the worst day of shooting. We're shooting in downtown LA and we're like, the cops are with us. We just, our permit was a nightmare. And so it's the end of the day. I'm just so
Why do they have to be like that, huh?
Yeah, I know. Well, whatever. I'm so drained. I'm so pissed off and just like ready to shoot this last scene where it's literally just the actor comes up and goes, congratulations, Jacob, this is a big deal. That's it. He needs to shake his hand.
Yeah.
And he shows up and his arm is in a sling.
And that's all he has to do? Oh,
he has no arm. And
No.
I'm literally like, his only thing, like, how am I going to put this guy in my movie? He has no arm. Like, literally all he needs to do is shake the lead actor's hand. And so he had to, like, awkwardly put his hand around his shoulder.
Just because of the way they were standing, he had to use his other arm.
He didn't have an arm.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like, the role is shake his hand. And they're like, you got to put this guy in the movie. And I'm like, the guy who's doing the handshake has no hand.
Oh, my God. Well, these are the silly things. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have to take a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back with Adam Sigal. Hey, I'm here with Adam Sigal. Keep watching the rest of our interview by clicking here.